Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. Just checking my settings here, making sure that you can actually hear me. Yes, good. All right. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Monday, March 13th, and it's a good Monday. It definitely is. We had some financial disasters we all know about. Silicon Valley Bank. I could go on about that, but I'm sure if you're interested, you've seen endless news about that already. One thing that I can say is it does look like starting around Sunday, people were. All I can think of is 1 second. I can hear myself. 1 sec. There we go. Okay. One thing that it definitely appears to have happened, um, maybe high octane speculation, but I think this is the case, is that around Sunday, we knew that, all right, we're good to go. They're gonna, they're gonna bail out the situation, and we see crypto's really making a powerful rally. We'll look at that for sure. But with that said, I do think that people are using Bitcoin as a safe haven because, I've been talking to people, and many people are moving money around right now. They are going here, going there. They basically just don't want too much in any one bank, so they're spreading it out, and that's probably a good thing. So you're seeing tremendous money move. You're seeing tremendous crypto volume. It's insane. So I do think people are basically going to their whether they had a Coinbase account or whatever, Binance or whatever. But it is easy if you're set up, to basically buy, Bitcoin. And I think people, to get money out of, to hedge against a possible, failing dollar, to hedge against having too much in one spot. Also, just noting that it was making a strong move up on Sunday, which would make sense because it is a safe haven. I mean, who wants to go in stable coins right now? I'm not totally certain about stable coins at this point. Looks like Circle's okay, like USDC will be all right, but most people probably don't want to be in them right now. Tether's probably not very popular, so we're going to have to just see how all this plays out. But definitely, I can't imagine, with the volume we're seeing for Bitcoin and the way the price is pumping, that with some of the fallout from the SVB happening, that people aren't going, I'm going to just right now, bam, just make that purchase. They're already set up and just boom, and they hit some Bitcoin. And especially with the price having a strong move ever since Sunday morning, I think people have just been like, well, if I can buy some and be in the green, I will go forth and do that right now. So anyway, exciting times. And let's rock through. There's just way too much going on, so we're just going to get started. All right, bitcoindailyview.com got more for you there, and something else I'm going to link up in the live chat right now is something that I became aware of. I'm going to link it over at bitcoindailyview.com. I started using it just now myself, and other people are using it too. So I'll put that in the live chat. It's a Wealthfront. There's my little link to Wealthfront. You get like 4.55 interest with the money sitting there. You can make an account, no big deal. It's like making a bank account online. Very, very simple. It links to almost any major bank, and you can just boom, you can put some funds in there. I put a bit of money in there this morning just because I didn't want to have too much money sitting in a Wells Fargo. I kind of really have blasted my money across different places because I don't want it in any one, and I don't want any really consequential amount of any kind in one spot. So Wealthfront, nice interest if you got money that you just need to put somewhere. I can't guarantee it'll be there tomorrow. Like any financial institution, like who trusts any of them at this point? Who did, but who does now? But I like it. It was easy for me to fire up an account, link it to my Wells Fargo, boom, pull some money over, set. At least it's not sitting in where I didn't have confidence in it. All right, so the NASDAQ here, current trading halts. So this is just called NASDAQ, I'm not sure if all these are on NASDAQ. In fact, they're not. Some on the New York Stock Exchange, etc. But basically, there's like 70 banks on this list here. I think at least it's massive. That Customers Bank, First Republic Bank, we know about that. Western Alliance Bank, Zions Bank, PacWest. So there's so many like pretty much every darn bank stock there is pretty much frozen, I believe, right now. I wish I gave you a number of how many there actually are, because it's a massive list. Like, how many are there? The current trading halts, I was reading through this, and they're pretty much all, as far as they're all banks. So what does it really mean? sure, the Fed is going to, we're not sure what it all looks like exactly, but it does appear that people who have First Republic accounts and Silicon Valley bank accounts are able to get their funds out. In fact, I know people who are transferring right now. Um, so people can get to their funds. It appears, at least as far as we know, that Silicon Valley Bank and the other one, I forget what it's called, but people can get their big money out. From what I haven't heard anyone having trouble with that yet. But okay, so fine, the funds are secure there, but I guess the people holding the bag of the actual stock for those banks, they're not going to get bailed out, and I'm kind of fine with that, to be honest with you. It's just that I'm wondering what's going to happen when these stocks are allowed to be traded again, when they're not halted, and then what's going to happen if we have a lot of banks have their stock value tank. So this ain't over yet. And keep a sense of urgency. Get yourself where you want to be in this situation right now, because we're in the eye of the storm right now. And if you're in crypto, as you can see, you're doing really well. Crypto has been pumping. If you own almost anything, you've made money since Sunday. Bitcoin up 17.78% last 24 hours. That's wonderful. Ethereum up 11%. I love seeing that. Really, a 17% move for Ethereum, but for Bitcoin, that is massive. Now I've seen up to like 40% and such for some alts. I mean, so some alts, of course, have outperformed that. But I do think a lot of people, like I said, especially on Sunday when the price was looking good, people just boom, they safe haven into Bitcoin. Those who could, I think people have moved money all over the place. They just wanted to diversify, and if they ever were thinking about getting that Bitcoin, or they had some anyway, and they decided to hit the button, boom, or they had an exchange account, and they just wanted to hit the button, boom, I think they hit it. So I mean, this is outstanding. $24,157 for a Bitcoin right now. What was it, like 20 on Sunday? 20,000. So anyway, a glorious green day in the market, and I like seeing that. And USDC is back. It's up 4.26% today, and it's at 99%. 99 cents. That's almost $1. It's actually doing slightly better than USDT, as Tether is. Circle. I was wondering what was going to happen, but the truth is, Circle, that's the big boys. I think too many people are using it. I think too many financial institutions have USDC. I didn't really see it dumping. And I wish I'd been in on Sunday. I wish I made a video, because I really had a feeling that as soon as people had access to their money come Monday, I thought it'd be Monday, but it started on Sunday. So people probably who had access to accounts, but people especially who didn't, who had things locked up, I had a feeling we would see a rally for Bitcoin, because it's just a place to, boom, you can put your money. If you know what you're doing, you can just, bam, get some money in there. And it appears many people have. So it's nice to see. Anyway, look at the US dollar strength index here in the middle top, daily chart, boom, 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 dumping. Good. Dump all the way back to hell where you came from. All right. Oil today, US oil spot, it's still working its upwards trend. I like that, but definitely it worked down today. If you notice, the gas prices over the weekend, I think, have definitely gone up a little bit. At least I saw that. But oil price is dumping right now, so you never know. You might see that at the pump. S&P 500, beautiful green day. Trying to get back above that 200 moving average on daily chart. I would love to see that. Bitcoin, recently it was wicking down to that 200 moving average on the daily. It has rocket ship to Pluto, exploded back above the 314, way above the 314. Bitcoin is just pumping like crazy. So this is a wonderful thing. Bitcoin definitely back healthy. So dollar strength index under the 314 on the daily. And the 200 broke its upwards channel. DXY dumping hard. That's fine. S&P 500, you never know. I don't think it's going to quite break that 200 moving average today, but maybe this week. So S&P 500 definitely strong, powerful today. Bitcoin rocket ship to Pluto, losing its mind. Middle bottom here. Gold lost its mind, cranking, made that 314 moving average bounce, coming in at 19,000. I'm sorry, not 19,000. That'll be at 2030. But for right now, 1,912. That is insane. Silver back above 20, well above $20 again, coming in at $21 and 9 or 8 cents. That's wonderful. It broke the 200. It's getting ready to wick above and break that 314 moving average. Maybe it'll close above that today. Anyway, this is glorious. This is a wonderful world today. If every day looked like this in the market, we'd all be wealthy by Friday. All right, looking at FinViz. Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P all opened really strong, plateaued a little bit, dumped a little bit. Now they're running up again. It's nice. Right now the Dow is holding, 0.5% in the positive. NASDAQ, 1.4% in the positive. S&P 500, 0.96 in the positive. Looking at the S&P 500, closely, pretty much all sectors are doing pretty good except for, banks. They're kind of sucking ass right now. Capital markets not looking too good. So anyway. Oh yeah, regional banks. Whoa, dang. So anyway, despite some sectors, oil and gas really sucking today on the S&P 500. So anyway, despite some sectors really blowing chunks, we're still holding a slightly positive S&P 500 today, and I'll take it. That's really, really good news. I like that. All right, looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly right now. It is coming in at 24.7 billion. That's insane. 5 billion, 8 billion is not a bad day. But I mean, 24.7 billion. People are, and this is BTC explicitly, people are buying Bitcoin. I guess they're buying it and selling it too. But I mean, really, we do have a slight buy bias that we're seeing here. So definitely. Bitcoin volume, insane, legendary, so epic you can't even really quantify it, compare it to any linear time frame in the past. Bitcoin volume, epic. Liquidation. This I like this site here over at CoinGlass. This is liquidations. 24-hour wrecked 320 billion, I believe. No, 320. No, 319 million. That is, how does that compare to normal? I haven't been looking at this every day, so I kind of forget. But right now, the hourly rect at 4.2 billion, I can say that's not many. 4-hour rect is like 80 million. So, anyways, this. I used to look at the 24-hour rect usually in like the hourly. So hourly isn't too bad. I think 318 million is a bit way more than usual. So definitely we're seeing some liquidations, and that would make sense because looking at the 15-minute chart here, you can see the purple columns here are liquidated shorts, and people have been trying really hard to short. I think a lot of shorts were set up. This is yesterday, right around 10 a.m. Right when you see Bitcoin first start to move, and you see shorts getting wrecked. People were really trying to, they were betting on that short to happen. Anyway, there's a $1.2 million liquidated short just 28 minutes ago. Why are you putting in a $1.2 million short and then liquidating it? Like, why? What in your mind where did you think that was a good idea? But shorts are just getting murdered today. I don't know what's up people's ass, but just there's something about the weird. I mean, everybody shorts. You short when you sell it when it comes down to it, even if you don't tend to short like with leverage or, if you don't play it both ways, that's fine. But when you sell, you short ultimately. So everybody shorts one way or the other. But why would 28? That person's a jackass. Sorry. I don't quite see. Who has $1.2 million in confidence to get liquidated on a short today, 28 minutes ago? Have you not noticed Bitcoin's kind of pumping? And anyway, oh yeah, well, it's going to zero, whatever. I feel bad for that, hopefully financial institution and not individual that lost money. Looking at the spot trading pair volume all across the exchanges, they're all insane. It's insane. Binance up 206% last 24 hours. Coinbase up 200% last 24 hours. It's insane. You can see the 7-day graph just losing its mind. Are there any exchanges in the red out of the top, like 50 or 60 here? No. Coinstore seems to be at 0, which is weird. Who knows what's up with that? But anyway, this is massive spot trading. Spot trading pairs are just insane. So people are doing this is insane. It's insane. I would say that these numbers aren't. I mean, 37 billion, 50. Well, actually, let's not worry about that. So anyway, the increase in volume is insane, and the volume right now is insane. Spot trading is insane. Looking at derivatives, 50 billion is a good day. 60 billion is a really good day. 70 billion is pure Lambo. We are at 116 billion on Binance as far as derivatives. And 1.2 million of that just got wrecked. You see that liquidation. So be careful. That is one crap ton of longs and shorts out there with leverage those derivatives. So be careful. I doubt Binance wants to pay those, and I doubt Bybit wants to pay the 25 billion that they've got. KuCoin's pretty massive. This is a lot of leverage. So most likely get ready for that Darth Maul doji at some point to wreck those. It's just the way reality works. So be careful. 24,225 is Bitcoin's price right now. That is wonderful move up. I love seeing that. Looking at the 24-hour price movement indicators for the top 100, insane. It's just insane. We have coins up 30, 40%, 20%, 10%. It's just wild. So I love what I'm seeing here. It is just pure gloriousness. I mean, if everybody did this, we all, like I say, we'd be millionaires by Friday. This is wonderful. Optimism was doing really well, up 30%. Synthetics Network up 34%. Just glorious, freaking glorious, and Bitcoin really not doing too bad either. 13% last 24 hours. That it's really more like about 19 or so percent really, but still Bitcoin itself pumping like an altcoin. Now, looking at longs versus shorts sentiment on Binance, I have been watching, and we are slowly turning towards a negative sentiment, a short sentiment on Binance. So be careful. Longs 48%, shorts 51%. We are pretty extended. So just saying, I myself personally, if you're buying, if you're selling, whatever you're doing, just be careful whatever you're doing if you're using leverage, because liquidation is not fun, and Bitcoin probably, like I say, will clear those longs and shorts. So be careful with your stops, etc. Whatever you're doing, just be careful out there. Because of this, Bitcoin looking wonderful. This is a 4-hour chart, okay? And the thing is, if you look at this chart, this 4-hour chart, I mean, we're kind of we might almost just be getting started. There is a previous, high here that might give us some issues, that might be some resistance to get through, right around like 25,087. Okay, cool. Could see some resistance there, but really it's just moving, it's just pumping. And the thing is, when we look at this, your squeeze indicator, it's just turning green now. It's getting going. Directional index is in the green. ADX is moving up. Volume is actually increasing. So I mean, this is really hard to actually see happen. You don't tend to, this is unusual, but really we are looking here, and in general, you've got upwards momentum, upwards volume, and that's a summation of buy and sell volume. It's not buy or sell. So the yellow candles are definitely a step above. So blue is very little volume, green is average, yellow is pumping, red is Lambo mode. So we're getting this gradual kind of increase in volume. That's, or at least this is a little bit spiky, I know, but I'm just saying in general, with a little bit of creative license, we are seeing an increase in volume. And this red crazy looking cloud here moving up and widening does show an increase in volume. So really on the 4-hour chart, I mean, we're kind of like good to go until we hit like 25,087, which is where that's a recent previous high. Maybe we might see some resistance there, but we broke through the 200 here in the white, and the green is the 314. We broke through those. One thing is, this is the ATR ribbon, like the ATRK, this little gray hazy colon looking thing here. So we're broken above that. You don't oftentimes tend to stay above that or below it very long. Let me actually get rid of the that. Do I have my RSI cave here? Where's the RSI cave? Oh no, that's not it. Okay, no, it is. I'm sorry. It just has some weird. I'm not sure why it's doing the green and red thing, but we are right now. Here's the RSI cave. You can see it. We are above that RSI cave. So once again, you don't tend to stay above that or below it very long. So we've kind of pumped past it. Let's look at the Keltner bands. Looking at like the Keltners, you can see right there. I mean, this is pretty obvious looking at a 4-hour chart. You don't stay above or below. Well, hopefully not below, especially, but you don't stay above or below those very long. They're definitely great buy and sell ranges. And so, we definitely we're dumping back in like Thursday. Yeah, last Thursday we were kind of dumping through until like Friday or till the weekend. So anyway, we were dumping, and you can see we got below the lower Keltner band, the green one, the buy zone. Then we started moving back up on like it was Friday. It would have been last Friday. We started to, you could say, start moving up. Or arguably it really started like Sundays when we really started to get that upwards momentum. But anyway, you can see when we dumped below, we were kind of in this like sweet buy zone here. But of course, I was kind of hesitant. I mean, I made a small hedge, but it wasn't massive, and I made a small hedge on Sunday because I figured, well, I think we're starting to see things move, and I think the BTC is going to be a safe haven for a lot of people, and it obviously certainly has. I would just warn at this very moment, be careful because, we are above the 8 moving average, which is this 8 moving at, which is this yellow, it's this red moving average. Kind of hard to see maybe, but this red moving average right here, the 8 moving average, we're above it. Usually you're not going to stay above or below it very long. You tend to snap back to it or it catches up, but we're well above the 8 moving average. And we're well above, I mean, way, way, way above that that top Keltner band. I mean, honestly, anybody watching that probably would have, maybe they wouldn't have sold because it went up through and then came back and tested, and it's still moving. So anyway, I mean, Bitcoin is just on fire. And, when you move like this, who knows what's going to happen? It very well could just find a new sideways here or continue moving up. I mean, so far the chart's just been insane. And I think people are using it as a safe haven. I think money's flowing into it. And who knows where it might go? I mean, what if we were, what if we were at, 35K in 2 days or something like that? Really, anything goes. Crypto, especially, as anyone who's been around for a while knows, it ain't got no top and it ain't got no bottom, and it can do whatever it wants. So we'll see. Bitcoin is on an extreme trend. This is wonderful. And looking at the short indicators here, like the 45-minute chart, squeeze indicator is still moving positive. Directional index is good enough. Once again, even here, you do see, you could kind of say, that we do have volume in general moving up. I mean, it's just a glorious day. So Bitcoin on fire, insane, looking great. Bitcoin tends to move in steps, I have noticed. And so you can kind of see where if you look, you can kind of see a step here, a step like there. You can see a big step here, and you see a step here. And so pretty much it wouldn't surprise me if it just does that again. It tends to move up and down in little steps. So I've noticed. So anyway, we're pumping. We are pumping. So who knows? I certainly wouldn't have put a $1.2 million short in for any reason recently. Sorry, my poor 1.2 million short friend, but that wasn't a smart move. It's tragic to see it liquidated, but still. Anyways, is there any else that are worth mentioning? Kava, USDT, I think was kind of getting ready to do something. Kava, let me try that again. Kava, USDT. Yeah, I'll look on Binance for the volume is. Kava looking good. There was something about it somebody had noticed. Yes, this. Here's the thing for Kava. Now, here's the 200 moving average. Here's the 314 moving average. It's wicked above the 200. That's wonderful. Got itself a little green diamond merit badge. This is a strong move. I like what I'm seeing. Strong daily chart. The squeeze indicator is beginning to turn positive for Kava. Directional X is in the right spot. ADX is moving up. I like it. Volume is massive and staying massive. So here's the thing. If it can actually break this daily 200 moving average. As you can see, it's kind of finding, resistance there, and that makes sense. But if it breaks it, you know, if it, breaks it, holds it, tests it, it keeps moving, 314 might be another spot of resistance, but still, Kava's been doing quite well. And how far is that, 314 from the 200? Oh, well, it's like 30%, so I wouldn't worry about it. But basically, if we break this and find support, get like a second daily candle above that, that's going to be a strong chart. Kava might really, it's been a good runner recently. When it gets moving, it does. The 4-hour chart looks great. And the squeeze indicator looks good. Directional index looks good. ADX looks good. Overall, it's slowly building volume. Lots of purple candles by Sam, as they, which just shows 3 or more bodies stacked of the candles. This is looking great. Great 4-hour chart. I like what I'm seeing. Make it a nice move. Is there anything in the way in recent history here that we got to worry about? Like, not really. I mean, your next, high where you might see an issue when it gets rolling would be, sorry guys, it's like right there, but I don't see it. Let's just say here, watch these highs. You might find resistance, but how far is that? It's about 30% once again. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's like the 314 moving average. That is about the 314 on the moving average on the daily. So anyway, if we get that daily confirmed break above the 200 moving average and it finds support there, these other time frames look good. 4-hour starts, continues looking good like this. This may have a nice distance that it could travel, and 45-minute chart, it's slacking off a little bit, starting to slow down, which makes sense as we wick up to that daily 200 moving average. So there you go. I mean, Kava, keep an eye on it. This one could definitely run for a ways if it gets going. Is there anything else? Anything else that looked cool? CFX. Let me actually look at CFX. CFX USDT. This is one that one of the guys over at Blockchain Education just mentioned that's the Blockchain Education chat. So yes, look at that. Insanity. 45-minute chart. Insanity. Look at that. Bam. Powerful squeeze, powerful directional index, volume insane, going crazy. This thing is moving. Oh my gosh. So we're going to see a lot of stuff like this. That's the thing about the moving averages. It was moving up. And once you saw that 203.14 break, and then it kind of tested, it ensures, boom, keeps going. So anyway, CFX, USDT, you can play that on KuCoin, you can play it on Binance. How's the 4-hour look? Oh, 4-hour looks like it honestly just might be getting started. That's wonderful. 4-hour chart looks good. It's just so extended right now. It's moved so much. Oh, daily is above the 200 and the 314. I mean, really, if this guy and the looks like it might be turning back up here on the squeeze indicator for the daily. Directional index looks good. Volume's looking good. I mean, where can this one go? Like, if it gets to the previous high, like how many percents is that from where we're sitting? It's like 20, 30%. So anyway, this is one to watch. Definitely not financial advice here. It's pretty extended. I almost like Kava better, but you know what? Kava and CFX are definitely ones to watch. Kava and CFX are also that definitely have some strong moves, and those could be ones to ponder. Right now, I'm kind of happy in Bitcoin. I got most of my funds over there that I'm going to be trading with here in Bitcoin because it's just doing so well. I'm happy to sit in Bitcoin and making money. I'm not really too greedy to get into any alts that are making a little bit more, or actually maybe a lot more. But I'm happy to be sitting in Bitcoin right now. I like what I'm seeing. So I'm going to be hanging out in Bitcoin. It's still looking strong on the 45-minute chart. I mean, it's still not really showing any signs of truly turning around, even though it's very extended. Like I say, there ain't no top, there ain't no bottom. We don't know how far this thing's going to go, and we're not sure how this week's going to play out. I think that definitely if we still have instability, which we will, and uncertainty, and banks, definitely I think you'll see more people safe haven into Bitcoin. So, we might be like talking about the bear market, not the bull market, a nice bullish market for a while. I mean, crap. Bitcoin could be up 50% in a week. It certainly can if you know the game. So I'm happy hanging out in it. I will be watching alts. I'll especially be watching alts that are making money against Bitcoin, do some BTC trades. That might be some really sweet money right there. Find something that really moves against Bitcoin. I'll be on more. Sorry, I was sick to death, and I'm still not 100% yet, but I could hardly click a mouse. So I'm sorry I didn't come and do any videos, but Kava and CFX for anybody who's really got the alt itch going on. And now real quick for some news. Second, Kinzhal attack hits NATO Western Command Center 80 meters underground, 40 killed. This is like not exactly confirmed, but there was one, and now there's said to be a second, and these are basically underground bases, underground kind of headquarters where they're running some of the NATO operations out of, which, theoretically, I guess a lot of the Western leaders like Baerbock and etc. of Germany say like we're not at, well, actually now they do say they're at war with Russia. So anyway, it's kind of crazy, but you got, it says right here, in Western Ukraine, Russian forces Kinzhal struck a bunker extending to 80 meters deep. The RF believes this bunker near Lviv, I know how to say it, but I forget, was a NATO strategic command point used to control anti-aircraft systems. It's still early days, but the RF assumes there were up to 300 personnel in the bunker, 40 of which were high-ranking foreign officials. Hence, we can expect 40 body bags headed west in due course. It sucks because I think they hit it once, and then they hit it again because they weren't sure it was wrecked. And that just sucks. I mean, can you imagine being in a bunker is kind of crappy enough, but then they drop one of these things on you. The Kinzhal. Look at that thing. It's a big. This is bigger than an F-16 or 18. This is a big bomber fighter. That's a big ass missile. And so, it actually was designed. I was looking at this. It actually was designed. The missile is designed to hit NATO warships, posing a threat to the strategic missile systems in European Russia, and to destroy NATO missile defense systems. It was made for this task, and they just dropped a second one on. You dig a hole, hide in it, and then you start, doing air defenses and running your operations and such in a bunker in Ukraine. Well, I'm just saying, it's kind of like that $1.2 million short we saw. You got one of these things coming, so it sucks to die that way. Sorry, anybody's dying over there, but damn. Anyway, that the old F around and find out. There you go. So. Biden gives the go-ahead to giant Alaska oil project. Greens furious. This is really interesting. And why I mention this I think is some of the extreme, like I'm a complete environmentalist, all right? I am a complete environmentalist, but I was doing it before it was cool, okay? So I'm not doing this woke green stuff. I'm doing like the real green stuff. I'm a real environmentalist, and a lot of the current green silliness, let's face it, that's all it is. It's just silliness. I care completely about the environment, but the current green movement, climate rebellion, all that, let's face it, they're idiots. And the thing is that for him to do this, I'm not picking on Biden specifically because it's bigger than him, but the Greens have come to extreme power in Europe, and people are kind of wondering why. It caused tremendous devastation over there to the economy, and arguably the environment in some ways too. And now, of course, the Greens here, which there's not so much a green, there isn't like Greens here like there are in Europe. But anyway, he even said, "I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuels." I think it's interesting. So hopefully, we can open up the Alaskan pipeline. What was that one called? Not Nord Stream. No, the whatever it was. Our Alaskan pipeline. Hopefully open that too, because I think that this is a huge change in direction. We were shutting down the Alaskan pipeline, doing other things. We've done a lot of damage. to our economy, and it hasn't really been for economic reasons. It's been for other reasons, and well, as far as environmental reasons, it's been for other reasons. Sending mixed signals on an energy policy. I think this is very interesting. I won't belabor it. It's just, this is really a big deal. This is not where this administration was going, and it just goes to show that the world economic realities are changing. And I'm kind of happy to turn our Keystone pipeline back on. Let's build more of those. I'm all about one day not using fossil fuels at all, but today we do, and this is an incredible reversal of policy. And I think it's definitely going to take a hit for the admin, the current admin, because this is just definitely not what a lot of the more woke green base would want. Real environmentalists are fine with this. So anyway, this is hilarious. I ain't picking on my little friend Biden here. I love this though, but look at this. I think he just announced he's not running again, and I'm kind of happy with that. But watch. So basically, the thing was widespread bank fails, and the president gives a 5-minute speech, then walks away. I just said, look at his demeanor in his face. Watch. Oh, look at that. I mean, poor guy. Oh, you know what? He definitely was up late over the weekend dealing with this situation. I feel for you, bro. I think that look when he turns, just that is an exhausted man in an impossible situation. You think about all the years he wanted to be president, you know what I mean? Decades, and now he is, and just, he's having to go back on the, getting rid of fossil fuels. That was always kind of a half-assed notion anyway, but he's had to kind of walk that back. Now he's exhausted. It may sound crazy, but I kind of feel bad for Biden because, spend your whole lifetime wanting to be president, and you do, and you're 900 years old, and whether you like him or not, just the situation he finds himself in, even if one might say the administration is causing some of it, maybe even they are blowing up pipelines, allegedly. I mean, it certainly looks that way. Maybe he deserves it, but some of the hardships, but man, a lifetime goal to be president, you get to be president, and, just nothing really seems to work for you. You know what I mean? Now, here's one that I think is very scary. Zelensky, in today's evening address, this was a day or two ago, Zelensky actually confirmed the fact of his personal decision to expel Orthodox monks from Kiev and Bakursk, Lavra. Anyway, we will not allow the terrorist state, meaning Russia, to have any opportunity to manipulate the spirituality of our people. Well, Zelensky, I have no doubt that you are an atheist. I don't think you're a spiritual man in any level. And what gets me about this is you have to realize, Russia is an Orthodox nation in general. And this is a big deal. They're attacking, they have been cleansing. I mean, there's so much bad stuff happening. And this is straight up. We haven't heard this crap since Mr. Adolf's time. This is like 1943 rhetoric right here. This is like 1940, 1930 rhetoric. Anyway, guys, that's what I'm just saying. I'm sorry that they died in a really hardcore way, but there you go. You start like spouting crap like that, and then you get this. Well, that's just the way it rolls, man. Anyway, everybody, I thought I'd just throw it out there. People often ask, like, what is the dollar backed on? Backed with, full faith and credit right there, man. The only thing is what happens when this can no longer back the fiat dollar, the dollar, the world reserve currency. But what backed it? Violence. Absolutely overwhelming, continent rattling violence. But what happens when you can't do that anymore, when just the world's changed and you can't do it? What happens when your adversary's got this? Anyway, guys, gold is the money of kings, silver is the money of gentlemen, barter is the money of peasants and millennials. No, just kidding. Barter is the money of peasants, debt is the money of slaves. But you know what? Bitcoin is the money of truth seekers, and it's the money of the peaceful revolution. I'm glad you're here for it. Keep stacking those sats. I think this is going to be amazing. I'm in Bitcoin. I'm not doing too much alt trading, although I will when Bitcoin begins to wane off this massive pump that it's on. But honestly, I'm just saying, It wouldn't surprise me if we were hitting like 30K end of this week. I'm just saying, because people need it's on the way up. It's a positive green buy right now. Maybe it's a bit extended. People might not like that. They might be expecting that retrace, but I do think this is a safe haven, and I think it's doing what it was meant to do. And I think we're seeing lots of people who are like, poof, they're just doing that big buy to get to get hedged out of a bank that they don't want to necessarily be in as they spread their money around. Anyway, everybody, take care, and remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you drop one of these Moabs on a globalist plans. So take care. I'm glad to be alive again. It's nice to feel good again. Take care.